This is Betty McKnit here, your crochet mama. And tonight I'm here working on my Ridgy Didge blanket. And the last time I left you, I was having some technical problems and I ended up stopping like on the second row of the square off rows of my swatch. So I'm just going to go back to row 4 of my swatch, and I'm going to start the square off portion of the swatch over. So I'm still kind of getting set up, so I'm going to rip that out and I'm going to do that over in just a sec. So this is the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. And, if you want to make this blanket, you can just upsize the baby blanket pattern that I made, the Ridgy Didge baby blanket. But all it is a baby blanket. You have to do all the work and all the math yourself to figure out how to make it in a, an adult size or a full size blanket. So I'm doing a swatch here. I'm going to make the whole blanket from start to finish, or a good part of the blanket from start to finish, so that you have something to follow along with on, video that you can follow along with the entire project. But for tonight, in order to start that, I am starting with a swatch. And then I'm going to show you how to swatch and measure your swatch to, in order to make a blanket in any yarn, any size you like. Okay, I'm just adjusting my lighting a little bit while I'm doing it. Okay, I had some, oh, that looks better. Okay, I had some technological issues the last time I was on, and so I had to replace one of my lights. Anyways, here we are. It's all good. Oh, now that looks dark. Okay. So I don't like the lights pointing directly at me because they really bother my eyes. And I've had a lot of problems with my eyes. And ever since, the pandemic and being live all the time and looking at a screen all the time and social media and all that stuff. So I don't like the light right in my face like that. Okay, let me just set this aside. Okay, 6-day Ridgy Didge. Is the pattern up? Yes, it is. The pattern is up. All right. If you're here, if you're watching me live on one of these other platforms, say hello so I know you're here. It looks like it's going. Everything's going. TikTok is ticking and talking. And I am here. Okay. Now, the way to engage with this crochet along is just to stop in on these. Hi there. Stop in on these lives. Make your own swatch and follow along. I won't be releasing the pattern until I make this whole blanket and photograph it. So I will be giving you all the ways to adjust it and to, to make your own pattern in the size that you want in these videos. But the pattern itself won't be out until I finish it, decide everything that I'm doing. So my yarn that I am using is Lion brand Respun. It looks like this. It's recycled yarn, sustainable stitching, and it's recycled. This yarn is made from recycled plastic, keeping bottles and other wastes out of oceans and landfills. What's not to feel good about that? And let's say it says it's a 4, and it says to work it with a J hook, but I'm actually working it with an I hook. And One of the reasons why I'm swatching is because I wanted to see the colors in person. I picked up 11 of the colors that they make this yarn in, and I don't think I'm going to use them all, but I'm going to make my swatch and I'm going to measure and I'm going to decide what colors I'm going to use. So there's that. Let me see. So this is this color and it's called Pheasant. And then I'm going to bring it in after this one. And the reason why I'm saying I'm not going to use all of the colors is because some of them, like this and this, they're very close in color. So I don't think I want them both. So I was swatching them with something in between, because if you put them right next to each other, they look different. They look very different. But if they're separated by another color, you don't see the contrast as much. Okay. And then I have these two, which also look very close to me in shade. You know, the shades look very close, but I really love this rust orange, and I also really love this coral color. So we'll see. I might pick one or the other of these. And then there's two yellows. So this is more of like a bright yellow, and this is more of a gold. Again, I love both of these, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then there are these shades. So these two feel like they're kind of close to me. So I'm not really thinking about color right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show the square off rows, and I'm going to do some measurements. And then I think I'm going to swatch some more colors. But when you're making a swatch for this particular blanket, you want to decide if you're going to square off or not. And if you are going to square off, you want to start, you want to start with the straight start square rows, and then work 2 through 7 of the blanket, and then 2 through 4 again, and then do the square off rows. Okay. So I've done the straight start rounds, which go to here, and then I've done 2 through 7, which goes to here, and then I've done 2 through 4, and now I'm ready to do the square off rounds. Okay, so when you plan your stripes, if you're doing straight start, you want to plan for the straight start and the square off to be in the same color. So whatever your color sequence is going to be, you want to end with the one that you started. So if I'm doing 3 colors, I would go A, B, C, A. Or if I'm using 4 colors, A, B, C, D, A. Okay, so this would be, if this was my last stripe and I'm starting the square off rows, the square off rows start with the same color as your last stripe. And then on the second square off row, it switches to your last color, which will be this pheasant. So I hope that makes sense. I started doing this the other night and then my camera went out. So I'm rewinding a little bit. And I don't know. Someday I'll hire an editor and we'll edit it all together and it'll be smooth. But right now it's not smooth. It is what it is. Okay, so this is top edge row 1. And it's the color of my last color in my color sequence, whatever that is. If it's A, B, C, D, E, this would be color E. All right. Chain 3. In fact, that's what the baby blanket says. It's A, B, C, D, E. counting the stitch under the turning chain, skip 2, 4 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 3 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 3 double crochet. 3 half double crochet. 3 single crochet. 1, 2, whoops, 3. Repeat to the last 9 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm here, and that means you stop the repeat. Okay, so the repeat is not from star to star. It's from star, repeat, repeat, repeat until the last 9 stitches. When you get to those 9 stitches, you stop. Okay. 3 half double crochet. 4 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, double crochet in last stitch. Okay, and I'm not going to finish it off because we're going to change colors. Hi, hello, thank you for the gifts. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to this pheasant for the end of the piece, the top edge. Okay, so this is actually top edge row 2. So if you were doing the viral stripe, you would have ended your last color on 4 and then started the square off with a different color. But this is what makes all these different 6-day kid blankets look different, is you change colors on different rows. And on this blanket, you also you're also doing a front post stitch to give it a little texture. Okay, so chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the ridge row. Skip 2, 3 front post double crochet. So when you work front post, you work around the post of the stitch from the front. If it were back post, I would go around from the back like that. But it's not back post, it's front post. 1, 2, 3. 3 front post half double crochet. front post single crochet, just a regular one, and then front post single crochet, and then front post half double crochet, three of them, 1, 2, 3, 2 front post, double crochet, skip 2, 2 front post double crochet, 3 front post half double crochet, 1, 2, 3 front post single crochet, single crochet regular, and then front post single crochet. You know what, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to here so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. This was the skip 2, 2 front post double crochet, 1, 2, 3 front post half double crochet, 1, 2, 3 front post single crochet, and then this one you do into the top of the stitch, single crochet, and then this one you do around the 3rd single crochet, 3 front post half double crochet, you go around the stitch, 1, 2, 3, 3 front post double crochet, and then double crochet into the top of the turning chain. That was top edge row 2. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, top edge row 3, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Counting the stitch below your chain, that's this one. Skip 2, 1, 2. And then 3 half double crochet, 7 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now think about it. If you hit number 4, and that center single crochet, you know you're on track. Okay, because the single crochets are going to go over the peak and the half doubles are going to fill in the valley. Okay, so there are 6 half doubles. Now check it. I've got 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So that should make sense that you're in the right place. Well, this light is not as bright as the other one that I had. There, that's better. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 on this side of the skip, and now I'll have 3 on this side of the skip. So these are little things that you can start to pay attention to when you're crocheting. Notice how the patterns of the stitches of this row line up with the patterns of stitches on the row below, and it will help you catch mistakes sooner. Okay, and then 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and I'm in that center one on number 4. So it's 4 of 7 stitches, right? So I know I'm centered. 3 on one side and 3 on the other. And then it finishes with 3 half double crochet, skip 1, half double crochet in the top of the turning chain. Excuse me. Top edge row 4, chain 1, single crochet across to the last stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm counting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe it should be 29. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If it's not 29, I'm going to literally die of embarrassment. 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh no, it's not 29. Ah! Well, it doesn't matter because this is the end of the blanket. Okay, and then it says fasten off. Okay, so there's my swatch. And so here's how I would measure my swatch in order to determine how many starting chains, how many points I'm gonna make across on my blanket, and then how many repeats going this way. So I want to make a blanket that is 60 by 70, 60 inches wide by 70 inches long. So I've got 8 inches. Each one of my points is 4 inches across. And so it doesn't matter if you do straight start or chevron start, because no matter where I measure this, it's going to be 8 inches. It's going to be 8 inches at the bottom, 8 inches in the middle, 8 inches at the top. Even though this to start here is 30 chains and this to start here is 37, it's because this, you know, it's not a straight line. It's wavy, okay? So we're measuring it across here, not up and down with the points, okay? So this is what a lot of people get confused about, because they're like, well, it says 30, but it also says 37. So when I make my swatch, what should I do? It actually really doesn't matter. You should do, if you're going to make a straight start blanket, you should do straight start and learn the stitches. If you're going to make a, you know, if you're going to do chevron start, just do a chevron start with 37 and do a chevron start. Okay. So it's 8 inches. All right. So one of them is 4 inches across and I want 60. So what is that? 60 divided by 4 is going to be how many points? $15 points. All right. So let me write that down. Oh, I also, usually I can do math really fast in my head, but because I'm under pressure on a live, I'm like, oh no. Okay, so my swatch was 8 inches across. So 4 inches per point equals 15 points. All right. So how many am I going to chain? I'm going to chain 15 times 13, which is 195, plus 4 is 199. So the starting chains are going to be 199. So each one of these points is 13 stitches, 13 chains, starting chains. Okay, if you're starting straight. If you're starting chevron, it's 17 per point. So this one I'm going to start straight. So it's 13 per point for 15 points. So 13 times 15. And then when you get an answer for that, which is 195, you add 4 to the end. So let's just say you are using super bulky, chunky weight yarn, and you decide, you do your swatch and you decide or realize that you are going to need 7 points to achieve the width that you want. So your starting chains would be 7 times 13, which equals 91, plus 4 equals 95. So for super bulky, chunky, like a 6 weight, you would be 95. And let's see if that's what the chart says for a 60-inch wide blanket. Well, I have, in the chart, I have 8 points, which would be 139. Oh, actually, I don't have straight start. Well, what do you know? This, scratch that what I just said, because I have the wrong chart in this pattern. It doesn't have the, let me get rid of that. It doesn't have the straight start numbers. It just only has that's an older chart. So let me dig it out. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know where it is, especially on this computer. Okay, let's just say you are doing your blanket out of 3 weight, DK weight, and you want the same size blanket that I am making, but with DK weight yarn. So let's just say your points on your swatch, let's just say yours was 6 inches and each point was 3 inches across. Okay, pretending you did DK weight and it's only 3 inches, and you want a 60-inch wide blanket, then you're going to need 20 points. So your blanket with 20 points, you're going to need 13 chains per point, which would be 260 plus 4 is 264. So for a 20 point cross blanket. Okay, you better get your stitch markers for 260, because that's a lot. But y'all keep making these big blankets. Okay. Next, I want to figure out how many stripes, and this is going to help me figure out how many colors I'm going to use. So I want hang on. So I want a 70-inch long blanket. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure from the bottom of my blanket up to the beginning of row 2 here at the point. Okay, let me think about this. So these straight start rows, it's actually a little more, it's about 2 inches. Okay, it adds that much to my blanket, and then up at the top it adds another 1/2 inch. So 2.5 inches of my total length. About, I guess you could measure it here too, right? And get like the same, probably get the same. That's 1 inch. And that's about 1.5 inches. So about 2.5 inches of blanket is the straight start and the square off. Okay. I messed up my tape measure. And then the stripe from here to, actually, I'm going to measure it to the end of row 7, which is here. Okay, because that's where you're going to go with it. It's, let me see, going from the bottom of row, I'm going from the bottom of what would be row 7 to the end of row 6. So that's 3 1/4. Okay, so calculator. So I'm going to take my 70-inch length, and this, we're not counting any kind of border or anything on here, and we're going to subtract 2.5 inches of this and this. Okay. And then I'm going to divide that by the 3 1/4, which is this, which is going to tell me how many stripes I'm going to have. So I'm going to have it. The answer I got was 20.76. So that would, I'm going to have to either do 20 or 21. So I'm going to say 21 stripes. Okay, so now that I know how many stripes I'm going to have, I can start thinking about how many colors I'm going to do. So let's say if I did 5 colors, then I would have 4 stripes of each color plus 1 extra, right? So I would start with like A, B, C, D, A. That's, that is the pattern that I want. But I'm going to have to determine, like, how is that going to work out with the number of stripes that I have. So I might want to make an adjustment, just depending on, if maybe I might have to make my blanket just a little bit longer, like 1 extra stripe in order to get that last stripe in, or I might have to cut off a stripe. But this is how you use your swatch to figure out how wide your blanket is going to be, and how many chains you need to make it that long, and then how many repeats you are going to need to make it the length that you want. And then you start figuring out from there your stripes and your color placement. 3 colors would probably actually be easy, right? Because it's 21 and you would divide it by 7. But I think I would actually want one more. So I'll have to think about it. But so that is measuring your swatch. And if you're watching this and you have any questions, you can reach out in the chat to me. So I think what I'm going to actually do next is I'm going to pull out the square off, and I'm going to swatch some more colors so I can start getting an idea of what colors and how many of them, which of these colors that I've bought that I want to include, and which how many stripes I want to have. Hello, Marilyn. You did a king size and a pillowcase. Oh my gosh. See, you all are crazy making these huge blankets. I've never made one that big. I wanted to kind of swatch with some of these colors that are close together in color. Uh-oh. Here we go with the yarn barf. Remember last time how bad it barfed? I don't want to keep... I heard somebody say when you pound on it like this, that makes it not barf. It was for a Christmas gift. Someone ordered it. Wow. I hope they paid you. Hope they paid you nice for that. Ooh. I like this yellow. It's very cheerful. Okay, there's my eye hook. And let me see. Now the other day, didn't I try attaching it to... I did. I tried attaching it to the other side and then doing front post. And I still haven't come up with a way to alternate the ridge row on this one like I did on the star, because I actually really liked it. I liked having the ridge on both sides. I just kind of did it to be different, but I liked the way it came out. So anyways, we're pretending I didn't square off, and now I'm still swatching. So it's just... Oh wait, I have to redo this row too, because the last row of this is actually the first row of the square off. You charged $200. Yes, I know you did. That's amazing. Good for you. Yes, charge your worth. And I'm really happy to hear that your customer was willing to pay that. That's a king size blanket, is gigantic. It's crazy. I've never made one that big, like I said. I've made some pretty big star blankets. I have a star blanket on my king size bed here at my beach house, and I love it. Thank you, Dallas Colors. Okay, okay. Yep, I was worried I was going to run out of yarn on the end of this row, because I had yeah, this, something weird is happening with the light, and I don't know if it's because of this hot light or what it is. I might try... Oh, that's better, actually. So I don't like the lights directly in my face, so I would I prefer to have like like bounce the light off of something. Hang on. Let's see if I can make this work. It's too big. It won't fit in there. How about this one? Will this one fit? This one I can bend. Let's try that and see if that makes a reflection. Making videos is harder than you think. That's why when people are like, where's the video? Is there a video for this? I'm just like, y'all don't know what you're asking for. It's like so much harder than you realize. Look at this. And then this one barfed and it has a baby. Elizabeth. Even though that's not the light directly shining in my eyes, the light bouncing is kind of hitting me in a way that is a little painful. Okay, now I'm ready to bring in this bright yellow, which is called Sahara. Tea in the Sahara with you. Okay, and this now we're on Ridge Row, row 6, which is 8 front post double crochet. Whoops. I feel like this yarn has the potential to be splitty. I'm just trying to catch these two ends here, just to kind of keep them down and out of the way. So I'm just thinking about my stripes. If I need 21 stripes, I could do 7 colors, and I could repeat all 7 colors 3 times. I could do 4 colors and repeat each of the 4 colors 5 times and only have 20 stripes. I could do 5 colors and repeat 4 times. I could do 5 colors with 4 repeats or 4 colors with 5 repeats. I could do 7 colors with 3 repeats or 3 colors and 7 repeats. I think I just have to pick my colors. I have to decide which colors I want, and then I'll be able to go from there. So I could do 3, 4, 5, or 7, because I'm going to have 21 stripes. I could do 10 colors and repeat each color twice. I have 11 colors, so I could do 10 colors. I feel excited about this yellow. I'm going to use the colors that I feel excited about. And the other day somebody said it looks like fall colors. So these colors do look a lot like fall colors, but I don't feel inspired to make a changing leaves, autumn leaves color blanket. I mean, I think that would be very pretty. I love fall colors, but that's not the blanket I feel like making right now. I just don't feel like it. I want to use the colors that I feel excited about. So I feel excited about this yellow. Now I know I have, several options that I can make work. I can make 3 colors work. I can make 4 colors work. I can make 5 colors work. I can make 7 colors work, and I can make 10 colors work. 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10. I made a mistake. Well, it's just my swatch. If Fran was here, she probably would have caught it already. I did something weird down here, I think. Now, how's everyone's Friday night going? And how was everyone's Thanksgiving? I can't believe Thanksgiving was already like a week behind us. And now it's December. It's insane. Thank you. Whatever happened, whatever that ding was. Another thing I have to decide, and I'm not going to decide this until I decide what colors I'm going to use, but I have to decide which of the scented stitches stitch balm I'm going to use. Now, if I'm going to only use colors that I'm excited about, maybe I should do cheer. I'm swatching for this 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. I've already done a swatch and measured it to figure out my starting chains and my stripes. And now I'm swatching to see what all the colors look like together, so I can make some choices about what colors I'm going to use. And I'm going with, for the yarn, Lion brand Respun. Okay. So to do this Ridgy Didge stripe, you change colors in between rows 5 and 6 of the repeat. So the blankets that are easy to follow the color repeats on, the easiest one is the viral stripe, because it changes colors along with the stitch pattern. So you repeat rows 2 to 7 every time you start a new repeat, you change colors. So that's the one that looks like this. These are my mugs, by the way. This mug says, just let me crochet. This is like for those mornings when you don't want to talk to anybody. But that one has the viral stripe blanket on it. I don't have any mugs with the Ridgy Didge. Maybe I'll do that next. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this one next because ooh, the end is already visible. Yay! I feel excited about this color. It's called Cranberry, but I would call it something else. I would not call it Cranberry. How is this Cranberry? That's not Cranberry. This is more Cranberry than this. Give me a break. Hi, Pat. Hi, Amanda. I'm just seeing your comments now. I don't know why YouTube is being weird. So I don't even know what reason, TikTok is not letting me put this oil in my shop. But this is the oil that I use with my blaster. Thank you. I might just use the colors I feel excited about. That would be this. I feel excited about this one. I feel excited about this one. I feel excited about this. And I feel excited about this. These are exciting to me. And then I kind of feel excited about this too. I like this. I mean, these other colors are nice, but I don't feel excited about them. I like this color too. I do feel excited about it. I feel like maybe it's a little too close to the other yellow. And I feel like these two might be a little too close together too. But these 6 colors are my favorites out of here. but 6 is the number that I can't use. It has to be 3, 4, 5, 7, or 10. Those are the numbers of stripes that will work. That's what I figured out. 3, 4, even that won't work because, well, let me think about it. Because 1 is going to be at the bottom and the top. I can't do math under pressure. Let me just keep swatching these colors, swatching the ones I'm excited. Swatching the colors that excite me. That's what I'm doing. Okay, my overhead died. The battery only lasts about an hour. And so let me see what happens when I change it, because that's what happened the last time. It didn't come back on. I'm going to be so mad if it doesn't. Camera. Yeah, it bumps this camera out of the switcher. Hi, Melba. You want to get back into crocheting? That's great. I support it. What kind of things do you like to make? See, now it will show it, but it's okay. I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to take a break and let it think. Because sometimes when I do that, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to let it think. And I'm going to do my hands. Oh, it feels good. You used to make blankets all the time, but then you got into quilting. That's one thing I never have done. My right arm needs it more than my left arm. It's really weird when you have a spot, like you can see this spot where the blood is, you know, the circulation is coming up. It's almost like it itches under the skin. Look at that blood flow. It's hard to show it. Feels good. But you don't need to do this really hard. Okay, this can be light and brisk. For me, I have, you know, like I have my lymphatics are slow because I have lipedema. So I use this to stimulate the lymphatics, and the lymphatics are right under the skin. So you don't have to press really hard. In fact, if you do that, you can bypass the lymphatics entirely. I go really gentle on my wrists because there's a lot of sensitive stuff in there. So you really don't have to use a lot of pressure. You should use this always with oil directly on your skin, and not over like clothes or sleeves or anything like that. Always gently, because it can leave bruises. Oh, it feels so good. I like to go in between those tendons on my fingers. All right, let's see if the camera is ready to behave. And it's not the camera either that is having the issue, it's the software that's not recognizing it. I was messing around with this earlier and I did get it to work. Hey Barb, I see you over there on TikTok. All right, so I think I'm going to end my YouTube live because I'm not getting this camera going. And so I'm just going to end this for now. And if I can get things working again, I'll come back.